coordination. No, apparently I can't. So there you go. I'm on two different places. That's fine. So hello, hello. Um, take a big deep breath. Everybody who's watching this is just, I'm about to go live, obviously, soul chat. Take a minute, just take a big deep breath. Hold it and then let it out slow. As you let it out, let your shoulders drop. Just let yourself relax. Let the worries of the day go. Maybe look out the window. I'm looking out the window at this beautiful backyard where I live with all its lovely trees and the grass and the leaves everywhere. Some tree branches have broken off. I need to go pick those up. But it's just beautiful. Nature is always so calming. Take a big deep breath. Hello, everyone. I'm Jennifer Quick, and this is Soul Chat, Wednesday afternoon at 5. So today I'm going to share with you an experience I had today. And I'm going to talk a little bit about inner peace because that seems to be the theme for the last couple of days, for me anyhow. And I'm pretty sure there's many of you out there that would really like to know how to handle the wild, chaotic energies of this world and maintain some inner peace while they're at it. So that's what I aim to give you some insight on today. Now, I'll introduce you. I'm Jennifer Quick, and I run Soul Clarity Coaching. I help people bridge the gap between knowing themselves as a spiritual being and living the human experience, because that's why we're here, is to have a human experience. So, welcome. Now, if you're just joining me, please subscribe to my channel, like my video, share my material, let the world know who I am. Is that what I want to say? No, it's not what I want to say. Just share it with your friends. If it's any wisdom in this video, please share it with your friends and support my work. Anyhow, so today was very interesting for me. I was driving home this afternoon. It's like 3:30 in the afternoon, so not rush hour, but starting to get busier. And I was just humming along. I was in the fast lane, and could not. It was in a line of cars, not bunched up and corralled, but far enough that I could not see who the head car was. And I was just humming along, listening to music, as we do when we're driving. And all of a sudden, I need to put those away. Sorry, I'm just playing with my bracelets. So anyhow, as I was driving along, and all of a sudden, my skin just tensed up and my whole body was just like, whoa. And it was such a contrast to the current state that I was in that it was like a jolt went through. Like, what was that? And I looked in my rearview mirror and I saw this car zooming up behind me. And it came up really fast behind me and it came right up close to my back end, right? And immediately I was just like instant anger and rage. And I was like, what kind of crappy person is this, right? And I was really angry and I tapped my brakes at her, right? And then she starts fingering me and she's going off and everything else. And I'm like, wait a minute, right? What is this? This is ridiculous. And hi, Lilia. So, I was just like, wait a minute, give myself a second. This woman is completely crazy. She's kind of swerving a little bit behind me. She's like fingering at me, and I'm like, I'm looking around. I'm going like, there is nothing I can do here. I'm not blocking her from anything. She is, you couldn't change. I'm in the fast lane. I'm going with the traffic. The lane beside me is full of cars. I mean, we're in busy, heavy traffic. There is nothing you can do. So what does this wild woman think she's doing? I'm not in front of the line. There's a ton of cars in front of us. But anyhow, and I just felt her rage and her anger and the whole bit coming at me, and it really hit me hard, and it totally shocked me out of the peaceful state that I was in. And so I was like, well, I'm just not going to have this. So I stopped, and I didn't close my eyes, of course, right? Even when I'm driving. So I just actually kind of shook it off here for a second, and I went, Divine Spirit, place an energy shield between myself and this car behind me. Block her energy from affecting me. Send angels to help her heal and release whatever toxic energy or trauma that she is in. And immediately, okay, I felt a little better, and I noticed that she started backing off, and then from that point on, she backed quite far off, and there was probably at least 2 car lengths between us. That's how far she backed away from me, and then my whole system sort of calmed down, and then I was like, okay, Spirit, remove any of this toxic energy that she's brought into my aura, and return me to my inner peace and happy state, and that's kind of how it was. And I noticed that, and it went on down the road like that for quite some time. And then I came up to my turn off. So I pull over and into my lanes, right? I cross lanes and go into my turn. And I noticed as soon as I pulled out of my lane and I took the turn ramp off, she did the exact same thing to the car that had been in front of me. She came zooming up and was riding right on top of them. And that's how they carried off down the road. So she was spreading her trauma and her drama and her emotional chaos and everything to everybody that came in to any range of hers. Now, we have really powerful energy centers. We are divine creators, and we're constantly creating energy. We cannot not create energy, even if you sat on the couch, did absolutely nothing, and managed to somehow completely blank your brain and do nothing but sit on the couch. You are still creating. It is a nonstop process that so long as you are breathing, you are creating. That is how powerful we are. Okay. So as soon as we put any intention behind our energies, whatever, we are creating. So there's a lot of lessons to take out of this whole little story that I had. And one of which, and is probably the top of the list, is what's your vibe, right? The vibe that you're putting out is the vibe that you're literally putting out in the world and affecting everybody. We have these energy fields around us, and they extend. Now, a lot of times in spirituality, we focus on like the first 3 to 5 feet from our body because that's kind of the personal space. But the reality is it goes like 30, 40 feet, and sometimes it can even go further out. That's how much our actual energy field is interacting with others. And then it's a ripple effect. So there's our energy field that is collecting information and transmitting energies and knowledge and everything back and forth to our bodies. But then there's also like a ripple that rolls out into the world. And it's like when you throw a stone in a pond and it sends out those ripples all the way across the pond. Well, that's what we're doing with the vibe, the vibration that our bodies are. That's what is going out into the world. So we really need to be aware of what kind of vibration are we putting out. So another thing that has come up in the last day or so, or maybe more, is I've had a few people contact me about struggling with keeping a positive view on humanity, positive view on our future, positive view as to the current political situation, some of the news items that are out there, the economics that are, I mean, we're in chaos, right? We're in the world of chaos at the moment as we go through transition and raising our vibrations as a whole, as a humanity. And many of us, I mean, all of us have these days that we're just like, oh, I can't keep my vibe up because we're just so caught up in the media. And that's when we really need to take a moment and step back and really look at what we are doing. Okay. When we're constantly focused on the news, we're constantly focused on the current drama that's playing out around us, whether it be the drama in our office at work or the drama that's happening between friends or in families or the drama that's on the TV. When we invest ourselves into that energy, we put out the vibration of it. So even if what we're doing is charging forward and campaigning or fighting or, supporting whatever, a good cause, right? Even if it's on the good cause, how you go about it really matters. So it's just like, again, driving down the road, the vibe that you're putting out affects those around you. If you are in a state of peace and calm, then the traffic kind of moves along peace and calm. But if you are in massive rage, spun up in a tornado of it from, wherever you just were, it's going to affect the other cars that are around you and the traffic that's going on. And your chances of a car accident happening obviously increase. But this is the same thing. Like we cannot create, many people are worried about the war and what's going on with that. Well, we're not going to create peace by fighting with each other. So where in your life are you fighting with somebody? Are you fighting with yourself? Are you fighting with a spouse, a friend? Are you arguing on Facebook or wherever about issues in life? That's the vibe you're putting out. So you may be fighting that, oh, we shouldn't be invested in the war and we should be, we should be promoting peace and we should be doing things for peace. And why is everybody angry? They're angry because the vibration you're putting out is angry, even though you're speaking about peace, you're putting out anger, right? Um, and so we have to look at that. We have to be aware of what is the general vibration that we're putting out. So it actually doesn't really matter what our opinion is on something. What actually matters is what we are vibrationally putting out there. So being aware of that. Now, and also being aware that when we are out in the world, we are affected by other people's energy. Just as like I was happily in my own world and I felt this woman's energy come up behind me and it just engulfed my entire car and resonance, and I was like, whoa, I was so overwhelmed with it. Um, Hello, Chris. Great to see you. And anyhow, so it overwhelmed me and everything. But when we're out, even if we're walking through the mall, we're walking down the street, we're at our office, we're with a customer, it doesn't matter. We are affected by the energies of people coming into our energy field. And so we want to be quite resilient and strong in our own energy so that it doesn't carry forward and change our vibration of how we feel. So part of that, to really cement how to be in our own energy field and to have our own energy field in a strong way, um, being able to have that resilience to be in a situation where we are around a negative vibration, and yet it doesn't have to pull us down and make us negative. We can find the positive and maintain it up. All that resilience comes from our heart when we are in heart space. So when we are connected to our heart, when we are operating from the heart chakra, when our space around us is dominated by the heart energy, then we are interconnected with other people, and how we're feeling is a very strong resonance. It becomes part of our resonance. And we can lock in that positive feeling. We will feel negative feelings, we'll feel sadness, but it doesn't take us down. We be into our heart, have acceptance for somebody else's experience, but it doesn't have to change our personal vibration. Now, we're all human, and so we all come across times when it does affect our vibration, and then we need to return to the practices of getting into our inner peace. So how do we actually get into inner peace? How do we get into that vibration that we want to be in, right? It starts with our breath. So some people know this, some people don't, but I will share it with you now. And that is our breath really has control over our vibration, which makes sense, right? Because the breath in and out is controlled by the heart, which is the pump, which is, thump, 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 thump. And it's literally putting out a vibration into the world. It's the thump, 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 right? And our breath is that rhythm with it. That is our vibration. So what we're feeling by the heart is what the vibration that we're putting out. Okay. So our breath is intimately connected with that heartbeat. And so when we pay attention to our breath, when we breathe shallow, we build anxiety in the body. Now, shallow breathing does have a purpose to it. It builds it when you go, you hype up, right? You get a hyperness, you get adrenaline going in your body, and it can lift you up. And when you breathe that way, that quick, short breaths, I can't even do it. I'm choking at the moment, but it will amp up our energies. But we don't want to do it for a prolonged time because we don't want to be in that hyper state. We want that hyper state when we're like geared up to sprint, right? In some way, we need to hype ourselves up to get the adrenaline to go and accomplish something. But it's not the state that we always want to be in. So we use our breath when we breathe really deep into our lower diaphragm, and we balloon up the body and concave the body, and we go in this calm, deep rhythm. What we actually tell the body, we're literally letting the body know through our action that we are in a safe space. It is really hard to be in a stressful situation and breathe deep unless you've been practicing and that breath is very good with you. Then it becomes a conscious effort. So that is why when we breathe deep, it's telling our body we're safe. And so it's relaxing the body. So that's the first step. Then, of course, when we breathe deep, we can just, move our bodies and shake out, wiggle out and shake and move and let go of the muscles that have been tense. Because when we get into a negative vibration, we get stress on us, our muscles literally clamp up. They're ready. All our blood goes out to our extremities, and we and I can't actually see comments. I wish I could. Actually, let me try something. Just one sec. Hello there. I figured it out. Thank you, Tammy. Oh, you're always so good at making me grow. Anyhow, so I do see comments now, some of them anyhow. So when we breathe shallow and we amp up our adrenaline, right? We move into that stress mode so that we can act. All of our blood flow and our energy field focuses on our limbs, moves out of the body and getting ready for the action. But when we breathe deep, we relax the body and the blood starts flowing to our organs and it flows to our brain. And this further brings us into a calm space, further telling ourselves that we can be at a relaxed state. And that's the same when the muscles are all clenched up. So we need to relax the muscles so we can stretch them out and let them drop. So that's the first stage, is the deep breathing, releasing the muscles, releasing the tension in the body, telling the body that you're in safe space. And then once you're in safe space, now, if you notice, it is instinctual for when something startles us, our hand goes to our chest. That's because it goes to the heart and brings our awareness into our heart, right? Instinct comes from the heart. So if you put a hand on your chest and breathe deep, your awareness automatically starts to come down to your heart. And that's what you want, is you want to bring your awareness down into your heart. So instead of focusing on this outer world and what's coming at you, and like in the case of the road rage, instead of focusing on this woman behind me and these cars in front of me, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm in traffic, my all tensed up and everything else, you put a hand on my chest, I breathe deep, and I don't close my eyes because I'm in traffic. If you're not in traffic, you can close your eyes if it's safe to do so, but you don't have to. But the awareness, my thoughts are no longer focused on the drama of a situation. They're actually focused on my heartbeat and the present. And when we focus on our heartbeat, we actually drop down into present moment, and we become much more aware of our surroundings and what's happening around us. Okay, we become present. Our five senses start opening up, and we are aware of different sounds. We're more alert, but in a calm phase where we can think clearly. Okay, so that's bringing our awareness down to our heart. And then the final phase is as and as we go, as we're breathing into our heart, have our hand on our heart so that our awareness is coming down. Yes, it is a practice of mindfulness. That's right. And as it comes down into our heart, we can choose what emotion we want to be vibrating at. So this is a real key point to be thinking. Think of a happy moment in your life. Think of someone who you love that makes you feel lifted up and peaceful and homey and connected. So somebody that makes you feel that way. You can also, a really strong one is to think of gratitude. Okay, just being grateful for your life. Start counting your blessings in life and focusing on that. And when we do that, it actually lifts us up. And once we have a few minutes of being in that combination, we get going where we're relaxed in the body, breathing deep, focused, our awareness is in our heart. We're evoking the emotion of gratitude, love, appreciation, something like that. And we hold that for, 5, 10, 15 minutes, the longer the better, right? That actually locks in that vibration so that now everything that we interact with is coming from this heart space. And now when you interact with somebody who is, so that customer or that coworker that is sad or is in a rage or whatever, you feel their emotion, but yours is actually locked in. And so you're not taken down to them. You can actually have compassion and disassociate from what they are doing and look at them and go, oh, they're having a moment of this, an experience of this. It isn't the person, it's the current state that they're in. And so you don't take it upon yourself. You can observe it and accept it and let it go and let them keep it. And you can just hold space and carry on and stay in your own vibration. And when you do that for somebody, when you stay in that higher vibration, and it's called it's part of holding space for somebody, you allow them to experience their emotion, but you're not buying into the drama of their emotion, which is increasing their dramatic emotion. You're staying in your peace. Their emotion starts to calm down and gets reset by you, by your heart. So instead of them overwhelming and sending you into chaos, you're actually helping them move into the calm and find the inner peace of them. Because human hearts want the human heart, the rhythm of the human heart wants to, why can't I think of the word, come into, sorry for the word, it wants to harmonize with other hearts around it. We want to come into rhythm with the other hearts that are around us. All right. So if we are in our happy heart space and we observe their emotional drama, whatever's going on with them, and we don't share and add to their drama, we stay in our peace, their drama will calm down because their heart will want to match rhythm with ours, and then they'll relax. and then they'll start thinking clearly and work their way out of their drama. All right. This is how you can help so many people. This is how you can, this is the number one, top of the list, absolutely best thing that you can do for the entire world. Really, honestly, it is, because your heart calms down and holds this peaceful, loving state. The person that you just met, their heart now comes into the rhythm with your peaceful, loving state. And whoever they go and talk to next, same thing will happen, because their heart in that peaceful, loving state, whether they know how to maintain it the way you are maintaining it, like I've just taught you, whether they know how to do that or not, it doesn't matter. The fact is, they are now in resonance with yours, which gives their heart an ability to stay in that resonance, even if they run across somebody else's drama. So now when they go and they meet somebody else's drama, they have that added 2 beats of your heart and theirs, helping them hold the peace and love. And so the person that they've come into contact with drama, their drama is going to calm down, because their heart is going to come in tune with the 2 hearts, because that beat is stronger. So this is how we can actually spread love around the world, even when we disagree with the brain thoughts that are coming out. We don't have to agree in order to create a world of peace, in order to create a world of love. We simply have to be in the space, in the heart of love. And that's how we create a world of love. Now, as far as my road raging wild woman that was behind me, I'm driving a car, and so obviously I'm not in a position to be close to her, to resonate with her. Now, her simply backing off away from me, she pulled away from my energy. And really, in that moment, because of the situation, I was not able, it was not in a safe space really for me. I wasn't in the position. I wish actually I had been able to calm her down. Instead, I asked angels to go and help her. And so hopefully she did get some help, and hopefully she calmed down and stopped spreading her road rage. But the greater lesson of it all is that she inspired me to share this entire story with you. And hopefully from this video, you have learned a little bit about how you can stay calm and peaceful and open up your mind and in a healthier state for yourself, as well as hopefully you can understand now how you can go out and spread love even when you don't agree. Okay. So anyhow, that is my thing for today. If anybody has any thoughts on what I've talked about, please leave a comment, send me a message. I'm always happy to respond and hear back from people. Please like my channel, share this video. And that's it. I love you all. Mwah. You guys have a fantastic day, night, or have a fantastic night, a great rest of the week, and bless you all. Keep those vibes up high. Love you. And I don't even know how to stop this now. There we go. And